So Paul Rosa, and I have talked back and forth about the idea of what culture means. This has been something on the tip of everybody's tongue. I think that we have been talking about culture, honestly, for over 5 years. I remember that I belonged to a podcast called Culture Matters, and I too was pushing that narrative, but that narrative wasn't just lip service. Culture is a real thing. Culture is a very palpable thing. It is the differentiator between companies. For example, the unique selling proposition, I like to say in PRMG, is built by originators for originators. What that means is Paul and Robert were both loan officers. Let's be clear on what we mean by an originator. So an originator originates loans. They take applications, they see it through, they make sure they bring their expertise to the table, and they grind. They're out there day in and day out. So the founders have essentially walked in the shoes of the loan officer, of the originator. Now, I would venture to say that our account executives are also originators in their own right. They are dealing with originators that work in broker shops, right? Because brokers are actually third-party originators. All right, so where am I going with all this? That has kind of been the foundation of who PRMG is, built by originators for originators. But beyond that, when you talk about culture, we have debated that over and over. How do you define culture? What is culture? Culture is earned over time through the actions and behaviors of all the employees. It is really as simple as that. Now, you might be able to aim and say, I'm trying to aim for this kind of a culture. This is what I want us to represent. But it will take many steps in that direction until that comes through marination, until that comes into fruition. And I really have to believe and say that PRMG has proven that tenfold. We are who we say we are. We've earned our rite of passage. This company is not just built only by originators, for originators, built by originators, for originators, but it's also been demonstrated through all the different silos, through all the different departments. The people that really, really get behind this company are the people that are very passionate. I'm very passionate. Chris Sorensen's very passionate, our Senior VP, National Retail Production. Peranio is passionate, right? Malice is passionate. Holiday is passionate. And at the top of all that, I put Paul Rosa, who really leads this company with his heart. He really does. And I think that means something to everybody in the company. And, there is definitely a level of transparency there. What you see is what you get. But I like what you see. And we like what we get here at PRMG. So hopefully that gives you a good sensibility of the company that we're all working for.